So, the internet has had a lot of different phases and changes, but why does this era feel the most freaky? I've not seen a lot of people talk about this, and if you spent any time on Roblox or Discord, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. People possessing you, and people acting really weird on Discord, either acting like NSFW or even sending NSFW. Ew. Why has that happened now, and only now? So, it mainly feels like it's begun around 2023 or even 2024, when the term gooning was turned into an NSFW reference. This is also the time where kids' content massively focused around softcore NSFW and Elzaget. With the new terms popping up everywhere, it's found that some people have begun to be freaky, for less better words. In 2023, that weird anime hoodie went viral for dweebs wearing it, the one that we're talking about, and it was humiliation ritual at its finest. Then in 2024, Gamer Subs began sponsoring a lot of YouTubers, and if you didn't know, Gamer Subs is an energy drink brand that leans heavily into the NSFW side, either having anime characters, just overall weird yuckiness. So these weird hoodies and weird energy drink brand, why did those spill into mainline internet stream? The reason is shock value. For example, is if you see a video named Gameplay 25 Minecraft, you're not going to be shocked. But if you were to see a freaky title or thumbnail, you'd be shocked so much you'd click on it and watch it, giving a heads up to the creator, hey, your NSFW content's doing well. Send link to them to make more. And nothing helps it less than Roblox allowing condos, public UGC, and emotes to everyone. Why does public UGC hurt Roblox? Well, there are some bad actors that want to take advantage of it and use it so that they can more easily, quote-unquote, get their freak on. The rest of the community hates this, but the issue is Roblox. No one on Roblox except Roblox mods and Roblox themselves can ban or delete games or even accounts. The community can do something about it by protesting, but it will not be enough since this freakiness epidemic can easily respread once it's been cut off. There are Discord servers meant to upload NSFW games and condos. In the recent days, Roblox has been banning NSFW creators and games. Now, what has Discord been doing to help the freakiness epidemic issue, whatever you want to call it? Nothing. They openly allow it, even after big YouTubers speak out about it. So now that we know what Roblox and Discord are doing, how do they contribute to it? And how did it grow to begin with? Well, both of them are social platforms, and for now, it's felt like these are manageable, easy to fix things. But there is one issue that isn't easy to fix. There's a few of them, really. One, the isolation from the real world. The reason why this is happening is COVID, and men being too scared to talk to actual women. You can kind of see where it goes from there. They resort to the internet to either make some posts, they'll try to quote-unquote fall in love, and they're trying to gain their self-confidence, thinking that they're not actually interacting with any real person, so what's the harm? And they'll act very weird, very uncomfortable towards these other people, making others feel unsafe, others feel uncomfortable, and since no one is there to physically give them the thumbs down or say, hey, that's not okay, in fact, they'll actually be egged on by their peers, well, you can kind of guess where it goes from there. Another issue is YouTubers, and I know we've all heard one or two problems with very specific YouTubers, but a few of them have been outed for grooming minors, A few of them have been outed for many other things as well. And this does happen, unfortunately, a lot, as most YouTubers will try to peer towards the younger generation because they're going to be easier to have you click on your videos. And then another problem is EPI, early indoctrination. If this happens to you, you're going to think that it is okay to send to other minors. This is a terrible, awful cycle that I even have witnessed happen in real time, unfortunately. And whether you are wanting to willingly continue or you realize sometime later down the line, the damage has already been done. And for YouTubers, it's kind of easy to fall down that rabbit hole because what they'll see is numbers. There are a few YouTubers, granted, that will take into consideration of their watching history. Some of them will even specifically point out that they are not meant to be children, and if they do have any kind of children-based content, it is typically reserved for either separate channel, or they just don't make it, flat out. Or they will censor themselves as a hope to kind of lighten up and make sure that kids aren't falling into these traps. And the other problem is the parents that then allow the kids to watch this kind of content. For example, little Timmy comes across a video of someone playing GTA, and that person is going into we know where. And parents just don't even care. And now that child is exposed to some kind of situation, and they will think it's normal because their parents are giving them the okay to watch that. Which, granted, we cannot tell you how to raise your own kids, but definitely try to keep an eye on the things that they're watching. And unfortunately, the last problem is just the internet as a whole. I haven't even been able to scroll through one or two Instagram reels without getting some kind of rather uncomfortable, disgusting, just full-blown nasty reels. And everyone, it gives likes, it does numbers. That's all the people are seeing, unfortunately. And for some reason, everyone is just accepting that. They seem to have forgotten that the internet started as a way to help with better communication or better opportunities. And now it's mostly just used to spread, porn left and right. It's just not. It's gone downhill, unfortunately. And another big problem is how these people will now look at their characters and start. Most people, as seen through a couple of surveys, most men will have female avatars. Why? Because games will make the female outfits look a little bit more appealing. And you don't find many males playing as other males unless they specifically wanted to or specifically required. It's just kind of, you'll have one character and they're just this pretty anime kawaii character in a thin little skirt, almost full cleavage. Reality, it's some 30-year-old man behind the monitor because he thinks the outfit is quote-unquote cute. In reality, we know why he chooses that outfit. And the only other thing that really needs to be clarified is that if you're possibly trans and you are seeking this change in avatar as something to be trying to fit comfortable in your own skin, go for it. That's totally okay. Whatever you want to do that makes you comfortable, totally fine if you are part of that community. But if you're part of the problem of gross groomers who will seek out specifically going for that type of avatar, that type of clothing, anything of that sort, you are part of the problem. And again, if you are part of the LGBTQ+, if you are trans, if you are wanting to be trans, totally okay, as long as it doesn't turn into something worse. And I know the term femboy did kind of get a little iffy later down the years, and people will act really weird towards that, and they will over-sexualize the term femboy. But not all femboys are meant to be sexualized. Some of them are genuinely nice people, and some of them are just, quite literal term, feminine boy. Not necessarily something to just have your eyes Google at and be like, whoa, hot fuck. No. No. The whole term originated from feminine boy, not something to be a center of attention and used for any kind of pleasure other than themselves being comfortable in skin that they want to be. And once again, no shame, no judgment, just be careful. And then, yeah, I mean, if you have any other kind of notices, if you have any questions or anything about how the internet has gotten either quote-unquote freaky, how it's gotten corrupted, anything like that, feel safe enough to put that into whether it be the comments, or if you reach out to your own peers, if you reach out to other people specifically who have been victims of that, then yeah, we just need to make sure we have each other's backs. There are some people out there who have no one else to turn to. They will think that is the norm, and they will go down a very horrible path. I myself have been a victim of this, and it will full on completely change who you are as a person, and you will never feel comfortable in your own skin if you let it continue. And the only thing that I can suggest is if you have any kind of addiction at all, whether it be to porn or whether it be to anything remotely overly sexual, and you are younger than 18, if you are 18 with struggling the problem, hell, even if you're above 18, you can be addicted to certain things. The only thing that determines whether you are part of the problem or the solution is if you go to get help for that. Whether you think you need it or not, it doesn't hurt to just look into it. Thank you guys.